Brands Hatch Indy, it's important to be on the front row. Anybody from the front 2 rows can win the race, 2 or even 3 here, if you just get that start. So for us, as we showed last year, you know, we got the whole shot in both races and won both races. If I'd have started on the 2nd row, would I have won them? I don't know, but it'd have been a hell of a lot more difficult. So yeah, it is really important just to try and get away and get a clear lap. So yeah, I mean, we've just finished warm-up now, P1 again. Feel quite comfortable with that. A few more changes to make to the bike to try and improve some time. We were losing a lot into one particular corner there, just with the bike backing in. So I'm going to put a little bit more weight on the rear, and hopefully that will fix it for the race. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. But I'm confident, but not overconfident.
First 2 rounds been on pole and obviously P7 yesterday, but yeah, a bit of a tough day really. Had a big crash in FP3, hit the barrier quite hard into the last turn, and the boys did a good job getting the bike ready, but you know, we had a few issues, to be honest with you, in qualifying. So to get through to the last stage and be 7th, we've got to take it, and we'll get a good start and get away with them. I'm pretty confident we can win. It's a one track that you do need to get a good start on. It's quite difficult to pass, but 30 laps around here is the long old race, so you know, we'll get us head down and get stuck in.
Not too bad actually, yeah, the weekend's gone really well. Like you say, coming from the northwest to the Brands Indy was a little bit of a culture shock, but the GB Moto Kawasaki with JG Speedfit has been working really well. You know, the ZX-10R has been really strong, and I've had my best ever lap here and also my best ever qualifying position for the Indy circuit. So far things are going really well, so I'm really happy. You know, the team's working really good. The team's flat out just as much as I am because of the northwest, and then coming here, and then we've obviously got the TT coming up next week. So there's a lot going on at the minute. So to qualify inside the top 10 is really good. I'd like to be top 6 both races. That's the aim. That's where I want to be, and that's where I need to be. So we're in a good position. I know that the times are always really close here, and it's quite hard to pass. So we should as long as we get a good start, we should be somewhere near.
Well, to have all 3 riders in the top 10 is fantastic. I'd be looking at saying that Leon and James fighting for podiums, and Pete, I'd like to be like 5th, 6th. But if he could be 4th, it'd be better.
The first race of the afternoon for BSB, Brands Hatch Indy. Oh, perfect start for James Ellison. So the leaders then as they cross the line for the first time. Ellison, Mossy, Cooper, Bridewell, Laverty in 5th, Haslam, Hopkins and Hickman, O'Halloran 9th, Lillingford 10th. Look at Ellison here, James, he's on the limit, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is Mossy.
He's gone wide. He's gone wide, but he's taken Ellison with him.
The sunshine, well, momentarily bathing them as they come through clearways. Look at this, the head-shaking Ellison does get through this time.
Did you see both bikes moving around, sliding, both riders keeping the throttle pinned though?
James Ellison then, into the last lap. Last lap he had an advantage of 0.418. Haslam makes a move on Tommy Bridewell. Perfect move for Haslam.
Has he gone wide? Haslam. No.
The Cumbrian leads the way. Haslam, the Derbyshire star, right behind him as they drive for the finishing line now on the Speedfit Kawasaki. It's going to be Ellison, surely. Oh, Haslam! Haslam caught him. 0.5 of a second across the line. What? Haslam wins it from Ellison.
Not such a good weekend for Crystal Palace, but a great weekend for JG Speedfit Kawasaki so far. I'm really happy with all 3 guys there. I mean, obviously to take a 1-2 is fantastic, but Peter's put on a really solid finish there ahead of some real big championship rivals too. So I really didn't expect that lead to change, run into the line, and I don't know what the timing difference is as they cross the line, but it was very small. So great ride by James. Equally, obviously, as good a ride from Leon, and I should imagine that both of them will have their tails up and their heads down for race number 2.
Yeah, disappointed, you know. I mean, it's awesome to see the team up here, both of us, but I'd like to be sat where he is right now, so hopefully we can rectify that in race 2.
It's a tough one to come back from. I'm sure
you.
you'll.
I want to be more positive, but honestly, I'm so cheesed off.
I think we all understand.
Yeah. But it's points on the board, and obviously it's a long championship. So we'll come back stronger.
It's the first ever win on Brands Indy for me in my whole career, all the races times I've been here. So starting the last lap in my head was just to try and get past Tommy and make it a 1-2, and I pushed on really hard them last 3 laps, and I really didn't expect the win, and to beat someone to the line there, it's. I didn't think it was possible. So, big credit to the team, though. That's my biggest thanks, because we was on the back foot, didn't expect that win, and, they've come up trumps.
James Ellison so near to victory, first time out. As the lights change, Cooper gets a little bit of air under that front wheel and just has to back off slightly, and that gives Ellison the chance to punch the Kawasaki underneath him. But it's Mossy who leads the way. Second place for Ellison. Cooper trying to respond up the hill into Druids, and Leon Haslam swooping round the outside of everybody, taking the widest line possible.
It's a long way around, is that?
But you know that he might make it work at the bottom of the hill. Not quite.
Here comes Ellison. Lovely.
Just like that, Ellison cleaves his way
wide,
through,
though.
runs wide,
No, it's all right. It's all right, is that? I think. No.
At the same. Oh, look at that, Ellison.
This is as Michael Levy's back blew up.
Oh, Ellison's in trouble. Ellison's in trouble. Ellison just can't. Well, if he was angry after the first race, he's going to be pretty upset now. Ellison pulls off, and the JG Speedfit Kawasaki has stopped. The Cumbrian then walks off, drops his head, and then picks it back up and walks off. He should get a warm round it, and this is it. He just has to look up over his shoulder as Richard Cooper dodges to his right.
Whatever that is, it's a terminal thing, because he knows that. He knows straight away. That's the first part of Clearways Bend, is that?
Brands Indy welcomes the old king back, and it's victory for Shaky Byrne on the BYD Ducati. Second, Richard Cooper. Third, Haslam. Fourth, Bridewell, Linfoot, O'Halloran, Idden, Hickman.
A win and a third after Saturday night, I'd have definitely took that. I felt more in control at mid-race distance in race 2 than I did race 1. But race 1, I felt like I had a lot left at the end, and honestly, race 2, I had nothing for these two guys. Rear grip dropped away, and entry and exit, there was just kind of went away into the distance for the last few laps. So, to see that's quite frustrating. Even though I was happy with the result in the end, it was it's never, not have that fight for the last few laps, and to be able to go with them was hard.
We've been competitive all weekend with all of the guys, really pleased with what Hickey's done prior to going to the Isle of Man. Just my overriding feeling, sensation is just I'm so disappointed for James Ellison. I think he's rode brilliantly all weekend. He was pipped to the post, to coin a phrase, in the first race, and then for us to let him down, with him in that situation, I'm very disappointed. And that's, if I'm being honest, that's 3 mechanical DNFs in 6 races, and we can't afford to keep doing that. So we need to go back to the drawing board and find some more reliability. But the team's performed really well. I think the results show that. And we move on and we learn and regroup for the next round. It's a tough championship, but we're in it to win it. So let's see what Knockhill is it next? Let's see what that brings.